On this video, I thought I would just do, by way of review, the conjugation of the regular verb in Hebrew. I did it in Greek, and it's a good exercise for the memory. And so I'm using the verb shamar, and we're just staying with the regular verb, starting with the cow, uh, active stem. Shamar, shamra, shamarta, shamarti. Shamaru, shamartim, shamartin, shamarnu, which basically is he has kept from shamar, she kept, you masculine kept, you feminine kept, he or I kept, they have kept, you masculine plural have kept, you feminine plural kept or have kept, and we have kept. So shamar is he kept, shamra is she kept, shamarta is you masculine have kept, shamart you feminine have kept, shamarti I have kept, shamru they kept or they have kept, shamartim you masculine plural have kept, shamartin you feminine plural have kept, shamarnu we have kept. And so that is your active of the cow using the verb shamar to keep. Then there is the nifal, which is the passive, he was kept. So we have nishmar, nishmara, nishmarta, nishmarti, nishmaru, nishmartim, ten, nishmarnu. And so he was kept, nishmar, she was kept, nishmara, you was kept, or you were kept, nishmarta, masculine, nishmart, you feminine were kept, nishmarti, I was kept. And then nishmaru would be we were kept. Nishmaratim, nishmaratin, nishmaranu. Nishmaratim is you, masculine plural, were kept. Nishmaratin, you, feminine plural, were kept. Nishmar, nishmar, nishmaru, nishmaratim, nishmaratin, nishmaranu is we. We were kept. Then I would like to do the PL using the verb shavar, to break. And in the PL, we're looking at the intensive idea, to shatter, something like that. So shiber, shibara, shibarta, shibarti. Shibaru, shibartim, shibartin, shibarnu. And that would be shiber would simply be he shattered. And then she shattered, shibara, and then you, masculine, shibarta, you, feminine, shibart, and then I, shibarti. And then with the plural, shibaru, they shattered. Shibartim, shibartin, you masculine and you feminine shattered, and shibarnu, we shattered. So that would be the PL conjugation. Then we go to the plural, shubar. Notice you have the U vowel and the A. Shubar, shubara, shubarta, shubarti. Shubaru, shubartem, shubarten, shubarnu. That is, you or he was shattered. She was shattered. Shubar, he was. Shubara, she was shattered. Shubarta, you was shattered. You were shattered. Shibart, you feminine. One is masculine, one is feminine. Shubarti, I was shattered. And then Shubaru, they. Shubartim, you, plural, were. Shubartin, you, feminine. One is masculine, one is plural. Shubarnu. And so when we're adding the suffixes, they stay the same. Shamar, no suffix. And then a is your feminine singular. Ta is your masculine plural. Te is your feminine plural suffix. T is your first person suffix. And then u is your masculine plural suffix. And shamartim, tim is your masculine second person plural suffix. Tin is your feminine second plural suffix. And nu is your first person suffix. And when you look at the Hebrew verbal system, those suffixes are added to each stem, whether it's nifal, pl, pual, you have those suffixes. And then moving to the hifil, the key to the hifil is the hey prefix. And there, I'll be using the word kavad, like to be heavy or to honor. And so, hik bid, hik bida, hikbata, hikbat, hikbati. Hikbadu, hikbartim, hikbartin, hikbarnu. And what you have here again is the hey prefix all the way through, followed by the I vowel in your hifil. And that's the causative stem. Hofal is the causative passive stem. Hokbad. He was, let's say, honored from kabad. Or let me use the word to be great, gadal. Using the hifil, higdil, higdila, higdauta, higdauti, higdalu, higdautim, higdauten, higdaunu. And gadal is the verb to be great, or he caused to be great or magnified. And then the hofal is the hey with the o vowel, the comments katon. Hogdal, Hogdalau, Hogdauta, Hogdauti, Hogdalu, Hogdautim, Hogdauten, Hogdaunu. And you have that hey with that O vowel followed by the A in the thematic vowel. Hofal is your causative passive. He was caused to be great. Then hitpael is your reflexive stem. Hit gadel, using the same verb gadal. Hit gadel, hit gadala, hit gadelta, hit gadel, hit gadelti. Hit gadalu, hit gadeltim, hit gadelten, hit gadelnu. And there you have again the hit prefix, the hey with the tav, but the same ending. You have again, a for feminine singular, ta for masculine singular, te for feminine singular, t for first person singular, u for third masculine singular or plural, common plural, tim for masculine plural, you, and then tin, feminine plural, you, and then finally new, first person plural. So in these 7 stems, the nif vowel has the noon prefix. The pl has the seri vowel pattern with the doubling of the middle radical. The puel has the kibbutz with the doubling of the middle radical, followed by the a vowel. The hifil has the hey prefix followed by the I. It's an I thematic vowel pattern. Hofal is your O vowel, common chatuf, O vowel, and your A, so it's an OA thematic vowel pattern. And hitpael is you have your hit prefix, and then your AE or seri vowel pattern. Then your imperfect of the regular verb, yishmor, tishmor, tishmad, yishmor, tishmor, tishmor, tishmari, eshmor, yishmaru, tishmorana, tishmaru, tishmorana, nishmor. And there you have your yod prefix followed by your O vowel in your regular he will keep. And then in the nifal, it is yishamer, an IA vowel pattern. Yishamer, tishamer, tishamer, tishamaru, eshamer, and then yishamaru, Tishamaru, Tishamerna, Tishamaru, Nishamer. In other words, what you have is the I vowel doubling of the next radical because the noon of the nif vowel has assimilated in the AI vowel pattern. In other words, Yin Shamer becoming Yish Shamer, where that noon has assimilated and the sheen then yin shamer becoming yish shamer is doubled with a doggish forte. Then in your pl it would be shiber, but it would be yesh shaber, shava patha, doubling of the middle radical. Yesh shaber, tesh shaber, tesh shaber, teshabri, eshaber, and then it would be Yishabru, Tishaberna, Tishabru, Tishaberna, Nishaber. And it's the basically looking at the PL, it is the I pattern, Yishaber, but then Yeshaber, your Shabbat under the Yod prefix, Yeshaber, Teshaber, Teshaber, Teshabri, Eshaber, Yeshabru, Teshaberna, Teshabru, Teshaberna, Neshaber. You have that Shabbat Pathak vowel pattern all the way through in the imperfect of the PL. The Puel is Yeshubar, Teshubar, Teshubar, Teshubri, Ashubar. You have that Shabbat followed by the kibbutz in the Puel imperfect. Your Hifil is Yak, if we're using the word Gadal, Yagdil, Tagdil, Tagdil, Tagdali, Agdil, and so forth. There you have your AI vowel pattern but it's following the same form or the same pattern. And then your hofal is yog dal, yog tog dal, tog dala, and so forth. Tog dal, tog dal, tog dal, tog dali, ogdal, ogdal. You have your o, your kametz chatuf, followed by your a vowel. And then in your hit pi l, it's yik, if we're using gadal, yit gadal, tit gadal, tit gadal, and so forth. It's the same form. One of the things about Hebrew, it's a very, can I say, the language, you have the same suffixes, the same prefixes, and what you work with then is the vowel changes or what happens within the root. Let me just go to the imperative shamur, shemra, shemru, shemarnu, or shemarna. In other words, shemur, shava with the o vowel, shemur, shemru, shemorna, and so forth. That would be keep, and that would be the imperative. Uh, the imperative of the nifal would be hisham, hishamer, hishamri, hishamaru, hisham marna. In other words, the IA vowel pattern, the hey for the imperative be, let's say, kept. And then the PL would just be shaber, shabru, shaberna, etc. Shaber, shabri, shabru, shaberna. And so again, we have the A pathak with the doubling of the middle radical. And the puel actually is lacking in the classical Hebrew Bible. And then if we're using the root gadal, it would be hagdil, hagdil, hagdili, hagdilu, hagdelna, using the word gadal. It's the hey with the a vowel, the patha, hagdil, and hagdil with the a vowel with the tseri. And the hofal is lacking in biblical Hebrew. And hit gadel would be your imperative of your hit pa'el. It's interesting that Hebrew is a pattern language. And once one gets the pattern down, then it begins to flow. The participle is an O vowel followed by a tseri. Like, for example, shomer, keeping, O with the tseri, he keeping. And shomara, shomarim, shomarot, if you're going to go to the plural. And then shamur is your passive, is your cow passive stem. Shamur, the A vowel with the U vowel, thematic vowel. And your infinitive absolute is shamur, and shemor would be your infinitive construct, like lishmor, the shava with the O vowel. And just a word about the, I think we looked at the others, the word about the participle in the nifal, it would be nishmar, and the infinitive absolute would be hishamur, and then hishamer would be your infinitive construct. And so again, just looking at the conjugation and trying to go through them, we can see a pattern all the way through. Hit gadel would be your hit pi l, infinitive absolute. Hak hagdel would be your hifil, infinitive absolute, and hagdil would be your hifil infinitive construct. So at any rate, uh, you can find this in any grammar book pretty much. I just enjoy doing it to review the conjugation. It helps, I think, to keep our mind healthy and to try to go through by memory, reciting the conjugation. So I'm just having a little fun doing this, and I think I'm going to stop at this point. I use the verb shamar, which is the verb Wingreen uses, gadal, to be great, uh, and shabar. Shamar for your cow and nifal, and shabar to break for your pl, and then gadal for your hifil, and hofal and hitpile. Those are the verbs that Wingreen uses in his grammar book. And when I was teaching Hebrew grammar, we would often recite these in class and have sort of a competition to see uh, if the students could memorize the conjugation. So I'm just practicing what we did years ago. Well, thank you. I hope this has been fun for me. I would just encourage you to take either Wingreen or another book, another grammar, and just think through the conjugations. They're very, very, what's the word I want to use? It's a pattern language. And once you learn the pattern, Hebrew, in one sense, is easier than Greek, but in another sense, it's harder. It's just different, and especially from English. But once you learn reading from right to left, once one learns that, you learn the pattern, and the pattern will fit the suffixes, the prefixes for the imperfect with your cow stem, your nifal stem, your pl, puel. It follows a pattern. And so Hebrew, unlike Greek, is a pattern language. The problem with Greek, you can take a regular verb and you go from present to aorist, and the stem changes completely. Like Lego, I say, the aorist is apon, but that's not a pattern language, where Hebrew follows the pattern. And so I just want to encourage anyone that might be working in the grammar of Hebrew, think about the pattern and how that pattern ties together the seven stems: the cow, the nifal, the pl, the puel, the hifil, the hofal, and hitpile. Remember, cow is your regular stem. Nifal is your passive with the noon prefix. PL is your intensive with your I, doubling of the middle radical, E vowel pattern. And then Pual is again your passive uh, intensive with the kibbutz, doubling of the middle radical, and A vowel. And then your hifil has a hey prefix with an I vowel pattern thematically. Hofal is your kamatz katuf O, A vowel pattern. And then your hit payal has your hit with your hit pa L with your A tseri vowel pattern. So again, thank you for listening. I'm having fun continuing to try to review what I learned long ago and what I have taught in the past.